Turns out this is a game that's all about torturing the wildlife. I mean, they make these round for a reason. Down you go. He's in a better place now. And you can light them on fire. It's gonna be a good day. But I need some fragments, so I'm gonna beat this rock to death with a torch. Once that's accomplished, I get to make my first Pell Sphere. So, good news for you, because once I'm finished brutalizing this poor sheep and turning it into a car accident victim, I can turn it into my servant by throwing a ball at it. Okay, we now have a servant sheep. Turns out he didn't like the neighbor because as soon as I let him out, he destroyed it. So they're just gonna have a battle royale for now, and I'm pretty worried this one's gonna wake up again, so sleep easy, sweet prince. Now we need a little bit of stone and wood for pretty much everything, so I'm going to swing these mighty arms at this rock until he dies or the rock does. I made him thin for raw efficiency. This guy thrives off of 15 calories a day. Nothing alive is safe for me in this world. This 60-pound geriatric in a skirt will soon be known as the Scourge of Pal World. So now it wants one of these, and this is where I can store my ball sheep. I summoned it to my base, and it was already passed out, so now it's rolling down the hill. It's not my fault they evolved to be rolling round on a mountaintop. These guys seem a little more practical. Kinda forgot I don't have any more pal balls, so we're mostly just lighting this on fire for funsies. I don't know how to put him back in the ball or bring him back to the base, so I'm just gonna put him in the river and let nature take care of him. If I get this one mad at me, it'll actually mine the rock for me. Turns out they're weak to a good left hook to the chin, which of course rewards my player by giving him a level up. But a wooden club will make it much easier to dominate the locals. It told me to build a base that needed a roof and a floor, so I gave it a roof and a floor. Luckily these cats from yesterday are still unconscious, so we'll just... Maybe you can't do it once they're like dead. So I guess we'll just kind of dispose of the evidence. The game wants me to capture 5 of these now, so I'm glad I made my sheep taming club. That seems sufficiently weakened, got another one. I finally decided to get smart and make some tools for mining those resources that I need billions of. The more I experiment with this game, the happier I get. I can literally use this thing as a shield. Once I unleash this little moron in the base, he will actually build my stuff for me, so that's kinda helpful. So I'm gonna need more servants. I've noticed that everything I pick up is the weight of a small moon. So for now, all of my stat enhancements are going to be going to carry more weight. That way I can build stuff quicker. Because I've been lightspeed doing stuff, I can actually upgrade my base a few times and get more servants. We're obviously going to need a little bit of variety, so we're going to have to capture every little creature we come across. I found a giant ore node, so I might as well use these legs of steel to carry all of this back. For some reason, we're allowed to build literal gallows in our base.
So if a creature walks in, it's getting hanged.
Also, that should be good incentive for these morons to behave. Yeah, you get multiple of these things and things get done quickly. The pink cat is sitting here endlessly assaulting the rock, and I'm here for it because that's free resources. It's so much easier with all of them here. I just put something down and they build it right away, plus I think that levels them up. This is actually great. I just say what I want to do and everyone does it for me. They're managing the berry farm, this guy's building cloth made out of sheeps. So while they're all doing that, I'm going back to taking care of the local wildlife. Look at them go. They carry the rocks in their head like a line of stupid ants, placing it in my storage endlessly. And I finally got my first outfit. Now we can actually fight against the cold. I've also unlocked things like a crusher that can break stuff down into other resources and a baseball bat. We just need to find a worthy opponent to test it on, like a 2-kilogram chicken. I also didn't know there were chests lying around in the wilderness. There's also a leafy elephant that I really want. Even with attacking from the rear, there's a 0.02 chance currently of taking that for my own. So it's clear to me now that I'm going to need some better weapons. So I'm going to make a bow so I can take down the bird and put it on my team. And because I found a little green goo ball before, I can increase my capture power. I've literally worked my cat so hard that it's developed an eating disorder. I like how it doesn't actually make you fix the problem though. Like that thing's so stressed it has an eating disorder, but I can still let it work. I don't actually have to do anything about it. So I've just gone ahead and swapped it out for a creature that's not such a whiner. This one's just magnificent to sit and watch. I definitely want to take advantage of some of these newer, stronger looking creatures, so I'm going to do just that. These aren't as strong as I was hoping for because we're capturing them very easily, but I'll make it better. This one I think I'm just straight up going to spear. That's a little bit easier. I found a person. Why is there a person amongst the monsters? Can I have you? Oh, I actually might be able to have you. I can. I've just got to hurt you enough. Okay, come here. I want a person. Criminal activity underway. Criminal activity complete. You've been spotted. Oh, there's police. I didn't know that. The man I captured may have also escaped, at least this time. We don't have a high capture rate, but we do have a capture rate. Okay, we'll get him eventually. I got all the time in the world for this. I'm basically playing Pokemon, and I've got a 1-star wanted level. I'm not really sure what to do about that. While I was trying to escape the cops, I found a lucky version of the cat, which presumably comes with a lock-on laser and some extra work speed and attack. And I also now have a glider, so that means I can get to where I'm going downhill quicker. Now, I felt like I haven't been doing enough damage, so I made a 3-shot bow. Yeah, there's a level 9 one of these. This is only the second one I've seen, so I've got to assume this has got to be something I want. So we're going to go ahead and shoot you in the face and then hit you with a giant ball. Nope, we will miss. Okay, you know what? There's a little bit of, 62? We need better balls. Think we're actually going to capture this one though, so there we go. We got a new bird for my team. I also would like a monkey. He's only level 5, but you know what? We haven't seen him yet, so he's got to be good for my collection. And the best part is, the more I abuse these creatures, the more the ones in my party level up anyway, so it's a win-win. Apparently, I can eventually ride these birds and no more using my legs like some kind of idiot. So I'm going to spend a few minutes leveling myself up by defeating all the creatures of the wilderness. And I am pretty curious what's inside of all these eggs, so I really need to make an incubator. If you're wondering how strong the bird is as well, we can pick a fight with one of the local creatures. And then he'll kind of take over the fight from there. He sends in a big burst of air and then absolutely wrecks the little penguin. So he's also started a fight with the fox over there, and he's taking damage from the penguin. He's actually very strong. So I'm going to let him do most of the massacring moving forward. A large damp egg has got to be something good. Just picking that up leveled up one of my idiots. And we found a new creature to torment. Perfect. The more we can add to our collection, the more options we're going to have. Bird, I need you to attack the electric things. Oh, so I found some kind of boar. They may or may not... Okay, he's not that strong. My bird just wrecked him. To the point where I can't even pick him up anymore. This is fortuitous though. There is a bunch of thugs attacking a mammoth rest, so I'm going to sit here and watch and hopefully swoop in at the last second to capture him. I mean, I obviously could help the poor creature, but I want the poor creature to be one of mine. Turns out the giant leafy elephant is not completely harmless. He's wrecked everyone attacking him, so I'm going to take over from here and see if I can drop him down enough to the point where I can capture him. I think you're a new one though. Yeah, I did just manage to capture one of the boars. What I was trying to do is send the little fire fox out to fight the giant leafy mammoth. Turns out he's not up to the task either, so we're just going to forget about the mammoth for a couple minutes. I am instead going to start working my way through the dungeon full of syndicate thugs who seem a little bit more manageable than a boss level elephant. I can literally just walk up and club these guys to death, so we'll find out what kind of loot's in here. And creatures, this is called a killamari, so I'm going to killamari it and put it in my ball. Or we can commit what I would consider an accidental homicide. I've just realized what I need to ride my flying creature, and it's a little ways down the road to unlock, but I did find a saddle so I can ride my boar. It turns out a lot of the things I can unlock are like a submachine gun for the pets, so I'm basically gonna have a monkey with an assault rifle, and I'm really here for that. This looks like what I'm here for, a chest that's obviously here for me. Bread, souls, and coins that I could have found in any old chest out there in the world. Great. I've just come across something spectacular. There's a flying pink troll, and I'm definitely going to put that inside my ball. Just gotta soften it up a little bit and not touch its pink balls. It's actually really tough, so I'm going to enjoy this one. 27%. I just want a distraction while I open his chest at least. Well, you know what? If it's going to sit up there, I'm going to shoot it with arrows, and that did the trick. It's definitely weak to arrows. It actually made it out of that. Okay, we're going to... whatever, 62%. I'll throw balls at it all day. Now we're building a strong, diverse team of different things. Every time I turn around, there's something new to try and capture. I want this one just because it's called Fuddler. Monkey, don't kill it. This monkey's more of a terror than I wanted to be. Fuddler's gonna have to wait. We're moving on. All the way back at base, I put the boar in my inventory, and it turns out it has 20% increased movement speed, so I need a saddle. And a saddle's not even that hard to build. Now also, if I make a primitive furnace, I can make ingots, so I can make metal tools and weapons. Every time we level up the base, we can have another pet working here, so I'm adding a different kind, but they also need things like beds. I don't know if this is necessarily faster, but we are using someone else's stamina, and that feels pretty nice. Plus, he's got this fun charge-up attack we can use, and we can rampage through things, including rocks. This dinosaur has an interesting hat, and you know what? I think I want it. Luckily, I have my bird out and ready to go. Wow, this thing's actually tough. Pretty sure I'll be able to, get its health down, especially with the help of my bird. I hardly have to do anything anymore. Our capture rate is not particularly huge so far, but once the bird beats it up a little bit more, we'll definitely have it. Okay, I got lucky on like 13%, but I caught the giant grass monster. At this point, I'm also going to unlock the high quality workbench and the medieval medicine workbench because I feel like that can make us something fun. I'm still really annoyed that I actually have to do manual tasks like chopping wood. I've enslaved all sorts of creatures to do just this kind of stuff for me, they're just not quick enough. Upgraded workbench means upgraded armor. This better be good. I had to kill 46 creatures for this. The one quest I have left is to defeat this boss. Didn't mean to do that, so we're gonna go ahead and send out our monkey at him for now and see what he can do against his 30,000 HP. Go monkey go! Actually, we're knocking his health down not bad, and the monkey is not getting completely obliterated. I knew I crafted 300 arrows for a reason. I don't know if the monkey is stunned or what. Yeah, there we go. He wasn't really doing much of anything. I don't know where the big bumblebee went. Also pretty glad I just upgraded my armor before this battle. So you probably can't hit me behind a pillar. Okay, I'm tired of the monkey doing his best. I'm going to bring in the big guns with the bird. The bird does a lot more damage, plus he flies and he distracts the boss a lot better. That's a little better. The bird's taking a little bit of damage, but he's also moving around a lot, so he's not getting hit. We'll defeat the giant lemon soon enough. Okay, the bird was taking lots of damage, so I brought out my little fairy thing. Hopefully that could do a little bit more. My strategy for this boss so far is keep my distance a long, long ways away and let the pets do most of the heavy lifting. Pets, I mean, you know, slaves. Ow. My flowery dinosaur is absolutely doing some big damage. It's even lit the boss on fire, so that's a good sign. Yeah, I like this dinosaur thing. He's very strong. I think my dinosaur is taking heavy damage, but so is the boss. The boss is just about defeated. Jumbo Pikachu didn't know what he signed up for. Got him. In hindsight, I maybe should have collected the big lemon, but we made a big yellow corpse instead. After that battle, I'm going to increase my HP. Carry capacity hasn't been a problem in a while. You know, this whole time I wasn't really paying attention to the purple section over here, Ancient Technology, which has cool things like a grappling gun. So I'm going to go ahead and unlock that, and also a egg incubator, that way we can hatch those stupid eggs we've been finding. We have a large damp egg. It's a rare item, so I assume it's going to have something a little bit rarer inside of it. It turns out, unfortunately, the grappling hook has a rather large cooldown, so it a little bit defeats the purpose of what I wanted it for. Now looking at my map, there's something called a Chillette over there. Because it's on the map, I think I want to go and see it because it's only level 11. So if I'm understanding that correctly, it is somewhere over that way, although that purple thing below me is also new. I thought this glider would have more stamina, so I'm actually in trouble. Where's my grappler? That didn't work. The glider should really be called more of a jumper. You sort it as jump. If this is called Chillette, it is only level 11 and it looks like a sardine. So what I'm going to do for now is just basically mostly murder it. When it's beaten to a pulp, we will capture it and enslave it. We don't have a high capture rate yet. It's getting better. I'm worried my bird can't control himself and is going to murder. Oh, we got him anyway. Luck is on our side. So now I just kind of want to find all the bosses I can manage and take them. I don't think that thing's a boss, but it is pretty new looking. So if we can actually time this right, we can not fall to our deaths. Listen, it's nothing personal. I'm just collecting all the creatures of the island for my own amusement. My bird gets so rambunctious. He kills everything. I guess I can settle for an elephant, though. These are going to be really weak. Okay, while I'm here, I definitely need to catch one of these things. 48% chance, we're probably going to get him. I found a very shady guy who sells prohibited types of pals. Most of which are pretty boring, but I can sell mine to him. How many of the chickens do you want? He's now the proud owner of many useless pets. We're gonna do another cave. Soon as I walk in, I'm greeted by the idiots who have one lunging attack. Luckily my armor's really big, so I just can't even be bothered to move. Celery! We're gonna get celery next. Okay, one of them is the boss level thing, so here you go. Bird versus bird. I lost track of which one's which. Okay, this is the one we're after, the big happy sea pancake. Okay, we got it in the ball for 30% chance. Nope, gonna need a little more abuse. 44, 72%. We got the sea pancake. The rest of them will just kind of, murder. The last dungeon did not have whatever this is, and I'm here for it. Jumped right into a new dungeon with the Pink King, so we definitely want to capture this thing. I've always wanted my very own pirate. So far, he's not putting up much of a fight, but he's pretty hard to capture. 3% chance my ball will bounce right off him. Yeah, that did jump up to 23% once I domed him, so I could just keep going like this, and eventually it's got to get him. That actually worked instantly. The boss isn't killed. I just captured him by going like this. Do we think there's got to be something up there? I feel like there has to be. At least the walk up here can make me appreciate exactly how big this world seems to be. It is colossal. Interestingly, there is an egg up here at the top. A rocky egg, so that's got to hatch into something good. I've also found enough of these green blobs to use a statue to enhance my capture power one more time. So I think my egg in the incubator is done, the damp egg. Thanks to that little adventure, I've got a pirate on demand. Look how big he is. Now that I built a steaming pile of puke, I'm for some reason allowed to upgrade the base one more time, which unlocks even more stuff. I finally got the saddle I needed to ride my bird, so this is going to make traveling around much easier. And I can even attack from the air with my missiles. And very finally, a sphere workbench. Now I can actually make better spheres for catching morons faster. And so far it can make me the same sphere I've been making all along. At least until I unlock the mega sphere, which I should have done at level 14. These are definitely a little more expensive to build, so we're going to use them fairly sparingly for now. Now, let's go find something worthy of capturing with the Super Ball. Not having to climb up and down these canyons makes traveling around so much faster. I may have found myself a new bird. This is a Gale Claw, it's level 20, so if we manage to defeat it, we'll get a much better bird. It's only level 20, so I don't think I'm going to need to use one of my Super Balls on it, although maybe I will. If I actually managed to capture that, there was like a 2% chance when it started. Okay, I guess we got one of those. And it'll patiently just wait for me back at base. This creature looks very cute, but it is level 30. I don't think I'm actually able to take that on just yet. So my new Gale Claw has 20% increased movement speed. I'm definitely going to try to make a saddle for that thing. But given that its gloves are all the way down on level 23, I think it's going to be a while before we get a saddle for this. This cave's definitely going to have a fun boss at the end. Might have leveled past this cave a bit, but we'll see. These guys are only level 6, which means we could beat them to death with a piece of wood. Look at that adorable thing. I'm definitely adding that to my collection. Or at the very least, I'll put it as a trophy on my wall. It's level 13, so I could probably just about capture it in a ball right now. 4% is kind of ridiculous considering how much HP it has. Okay, you know what? Get in the ball. Get in the ball and stay in the ball. Sorry about your mom or whatever. I'll take good care of her. I found a King Paka boss. Supreme Fluff Commander level 23. I think we're gonna go for this. Level 23 might just be doable. And ultimately it's a llama, so how strong could it be? Although it's pretty strong so far. And luckily its attacks so far are pretty predictable, though I can barely hurt it with my bow and arrow. So it's really mostly gonna be up to my pets to destroy this thing, because 9 damage at a time is not gonna do it. But there is a sacrifice I'm willing to make, because currently we don't have a great chance of capturing it. Okay, let's throw out our new level 20 bird. That will hopefully do a little more damage, though it's scaled down to level 17 because I'm a lower level, but it's hitting pretty hard. My bird left. That's it, way over there. So I'm not really sure where it went, but I don't blame it for running. My first bird ran away, so we're down to the icy sea pancake that's actually sitting there doing some pretty consistent damage. And I don't know why, but the alpaca really seems to have trouble hitting the sea pancake. So I could probably actually just stand here and watch them fight to the death, because my pancake will eventually slap the llama to death. I'm just rotating through pets at this point. When one starts getting fairly low on health, I pull it out of battle so it can hopefully slowly recharge in its inventory, and I'll continue whittling away on the stupidest llama in the world. Got the health going pretty low. The leafy dinosaur is actually probably the most effective against this thing so far. We're actually up to almost a 2% chance with a regular ball at this point. We can actually suck it into the thing. That actually worked. It was down to like 1/4 health and we managed to get the King Paka. So I feel like I've made my point and vastly overachieved using creatures such as this.